Welcome to Blue Mile. I'm gonna show you how to get your bags and how it get done.
All right. So,
It's only
the pen pad where you always check in, always clock in,
No, so you're
clock
supposed to
in,
wear
clock
that
out.
in the back.
Type in the last four of your social. Always hit end
You
day,
have a headlamp?
end day, then log out. For your route, make sure you have your rabbit, your phone,
Still, these are gonna be our routes, and we're only gonna get
battery
more
pack.
Providence. So
your gas card, the charger, and the bag keys. Anytime you get your work phone, your rabbit, and to unlock the phone, the password is always 2080. That unlocks the phone. So when we go to Amazon Flex, we look for the Amazon symbol, Flex symbol, sign in Blue Mile, sign in Blue Mile EDA, your work numbers, mine is 227, and your password should always be Blue 2080. Alrighty, so once that happened, once this come up, you always hit schedule. Once you tap schedule, you hit start work. Answer the questions. Do you feel safe being on the road delivering with customers? Always submit. Did you face any navigation issues? No. Submit. Then it's always a vehicle inspection every time before your trip. So you hit start, you scan the VIN, and usually the VIN is inside the bag or on the outside of the truck. One on top of the window, you scan that. Once you scan, you do your vehicle inspection, continue, and just do your vehicle start inspection. Alright. So yeah, now we're finna inspect the van. So anytime we do an inspection, you don't wanna inspect too quick. You always wanna look at everything good, everything thoroughly. Make sure there's always no damages. Anytime you see a damage or anything, always let dispatch know. So you won't get accused of it. Alrighty. So anytime you head into the station, always hazard lights on, radio off, windows down. Alright, anytime you sign in to Mentor, you sign in, and then once you hit begin route, you always hit begin route, and once you hit begin route, you just scan the same VIN on the outside of the truck. So once you scan, and once you see en route, that means you're all good. You're all good to use Mentor. Alright, the reason we use Mentor tracks your braking, your speeding, your corners, your distractions, not using your phone, just driving safe on the road. Yeah. So anytime you're doing Mentor, you want your score to always be 810 or higher. Anytime your score is like below 810 or lower, you could get suspended or they could cut you off the schedule. So you always want to keep your Mentor up. Or anytime if your score is low, just try to watch a playlist, try to watch a video to up your score, to boost your score each day. Anytime we're driving up to the station, this guy up in the front will let you know what number you have to pull into what lane. So he told us lane 4, pull it right into lane 4, right here in the back. Alright, so anytime you get under the canopy and we're all done, so it'll show your staging number, how many bags you have. So we here got 9 bags, and 24 overflow. So we hit start scanning. And once you hit start scanning, next, got it. It'll show you DO3 is our staging number. So we'll go out there. And then usually once we go inside the building, too bad we can't have the camera inside the building. Usually, so the staging numbers usually show on the top inside the building. So usually A, B, C, D, then E, F, then it goes on to M outside. Now once we get all 4 carts from inside the building, now we gotta scan each cart. And it shows what cart number goes first. So this is our first one. So we scan that one. And this is our oversized right here, UVD. If it matches, all you do is scan. Once you scan, then you got 2 more over here. Usually the scans be right here. If they're not right here, this is our cart number 3. They're usually always right here on the side. So you can always scan them right there on the side. This one, and same for this one. This is our second cart. So our second cart, I could just scan it. Bam. So yeah, once you scan our first cart, and you could click the first one, and it shows which one is your first bag. Navy 199 blue. Second bag will be orange 401. Navy 859. So Navy 199 is our first bag. Our second bag is orange 401, and our third is 859. So what I'll usually do, since I know these are our first 3 bags, this is our third, and this is my first, and this one was my second. But since I do it the way I usually do it, since I know this is my 4th, it goes from left to right, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7, 8, 9. So I put the 4th right here on the bottom, and I put the first one on top of the 4th. And then I'll do the same, just do that. So the first one, the 4th. Put the 4th, and then you put your first bag on top. And then you get your 5th bag. And put the second one on top. And then your third bag. I mean your 6th bag. And you put your third on top. You do it like this because it's easier to grab. Once you grab out the first bag, grab, load up. And same thing. Right here. And then our second cart, since this was our cart number 2, put these ones on top. So it's just from that. Since we're in the white van today, we have to stack them 3-story high. So I put these ones on top of this one. 3 stories. You always want to leave space right here. Cause these are your first 3 bags you're working out of. And once you leave space here, everything will empty out. This is my last cart. So usually with my last bag, I would just stuff them in the back. I just stuck 3-story high back here. Yeah. It is peak season, so well we're pretty loaded. So now I got oversized. Yeah, so the reason I loaded like this, so now I got all this open space. I know all this oversized will fit. You can put oversized in the corner, sometimes on top of the boxes. Everything will fit. Anytime these little stickies, these little numbers right here, 2C, or some be different, like 1A. These match, like 1A. These match the bags with the sticky notes in them. I mean, with the stickers on them. They match. So those oversized go with those corresponding bags. Alrighty, once we're done loading up, see the van's pretty loaded, pretty full. But at least we got walkway where we can walk right here. So all the oversized. And now, like I told you, this is my first bag. $1.99. First bag would be easy. Once we're done with all this, you hit continue. Always swipe to finish. Always swipe to finish. And then you're all good. That's our first stop. So once we're done loading up, we're gonna help another teammate, help them load up. Now I'll help him out loading up the van, passing his stuff up. So it can be quicker. Usually I drive both vans. I drive the step vans and the small vans. So yeah, you'll see me in videos of step vans and regular vans. we just put up to our first house. Once we pull up to our first house, seatbelt off. Engine always off. You always turn off your engine because you don't want no rollaways or Amazon tracks. Amazon tracks how many times you turn off the vehicle on and off. Always take the key out. Alrighty, so now we at our stop. So how I organize, so what I would do, since we're at this stop and it says this, it's a small box, 859. So what I usually do, I take everything out of the box. It's just easier for you to separate for a small box with 35 tropical quart. So I look for a small box. These are the small boxes. And then match the address, and then we'll walk over there. We see if the customer has any type of notes. Right now, this customer doesn't have any notes. So while I'm walking over here, it's always good that you want to scan the package when you're at the door. Okay, it's always good. It ups your score. So once you scan the package, since the customer has no type of notes, usually I'll place it. You can place it at the rear door, another safe location, or the front door. So since I'm right by here by the rear door, and they'll probably use this door, I'll place it right there. So I'll hit another safe location or rear door. And anytime you're taking a picture, you always want to take a picture of the box. Once you're done taking a photo, you always swipe to finish. Yeah, sometimes, anytime you have a group stop, so say you have a house here, I will usually just take a picture. I take a picture of each house. So say I have a stop at 35, I take a picture of this house. It's a group stop, and then I'll walk over here and take a picture of this house. This could be 24, and take a picture of that stop. And those are group stops. And usually when you do a group stop, usually the house are side across the street or side by side. So anytime you have a hotel or apartment building, you always want to give it to the receptionist. On the receptionist, it's the first one. Write the person name who took the packages, Ryan. Swipe to finish. Anytime you can't find a package, always move on to the next stop and go back to it at the end of your route, or maybe if you finish the bag and you see it, you can always deliver it back in the same neighborhood because you'll be in that area. Anytime you have a package missing, if any package is missing, don't mark it missing. Always just finish your route, finish throughout the whole day, and if it's still missing, just call dispatch and tell dispatch, this package not in my truck, I don't see it nowhere, and then they'll mark it missing. Or they'll tell you to mark it missing, but don't mark it missing as soon as it's missing. Okay, it could be in another bag, or it could be somewhere else, who knows. So anytime you have a problem, like say you're not in the circle or not in the area, so since this is my next stop, 15 Tropical Court, so I scanned it and I'm here at front door. But if you see, it says I'm not in the delivery area. So that means that I would just have to go. Usually I know 15 is right there. So if I walk over there, then it'll go green. But to encounter that, always call driver support. And calling driver support, always hit the question mark, top right. And call driver support is always at the bottom. Yeah, anytime you have a garage delivery or a locker, anytime you approach those, especially when you post it like a garage, it's pretty like self-explanatory. Once you get to the garage, all you do is just Amazon on the app. It will lead you lead into like open the garage, place the package in the garage. Once you place it, wait for the garage to close and just swipe to finish. Same thing with the locker. Locker, scan the barcode. Scan the barcode, scan the packages, put the locker open itself. Self-explanatory. Everything's pretty easy. Alrighty. So anytime you need help, you can't find the house or it's hard finding or the customer, always call dispatch. Always call dispatch. Dispatch will let you know if you have to bring the packages back or for anything. Always call dispatch. If you need help with anything. Never driver support. Driver support could take a little minute, and dispatch can get it quicker, where they can contact the Amazon station for you. I just finished up a bag, but I noticed that this package. I noticed that I had one package left, and I'm on to a new bag. I noticed this package was left. So anytime you have a package left over, you always want to see if you hit the three little lines on the top left, and hit pickup. You always want to see if you can pick up the package. So once I try to pick it up, and it said if it lets me pick it up, swipe the finish. And once you swipe the finish, now this package is right there on your route. And it is already sending us to go there. So anytime a business close, anytime you have a business close, always mark it. Always mark it. And you go mark it closed, but first you want to call or text the customer. Always call and text the customer for customer compliance, so you won't get hit with customer compliance. The system will know that you called or you text them, and they don't respond. If they don't respond, you can mark it closed. So speed limit usually in residential areas is 25. So you always want to go 25. Even when you're on Mentor lets you go 7 miles higher. So if it's 25, the highest you can go is about 31, 32. Can't hit 33 because then it will subtract your score. So usually when you're in residential areas, you always want to go about 25. Nothing too fast. Once you finish your route, always call dispatch. Always call dispatch. Dispatch will let you know if you can head back to the station, or do you have to help another teammate out with their route. So anytime you help out with another teammate, you always want to take the ending of their route or the area you're familiar with, and you want to take about the last 20 to 25 stops just to give them a boost, so they won't be out there as long, so they can finish early just like you did. Once we finish and complete the route, always gas up after every shift. It doesn't matter if you only went a couple blocks. Always gas up. So when you gas up, you always want to look at the mileage. The mileage is 18115. 18115. And then your baggie, the bag always have the gas card, battery pack. So once you swipe, alright, you enter your PIN number. They will give you a PIN number. Everybody has their own. And then the meter, that's the mileage, 18115. And then you gas up. You always use the 87. When you gassing, it's gonna stop automatic. Hazard lights always on. You always want hazards on. Drive straight. You choose either lane. Yeah, put the bags inside the bags. Grab the bags, and once we grab the bags, we gotta bring it down. Yeah, once you come back in the thing, you can put your bags at anyone. Either one will do good. Alright. Once you put away your last one, always get your bag ready and any packages that you have to bring back to the station. This was the business close, so they will take it back. Usually the guys at the computer, they will scan your bag. They have any packages. If you have any packages to return. This is the business closed. He'll scan it, he'll take it.
You're all set, man.
It's all set. Alright, have a good night. Pull back into the lot where we pick the vans, where the vans are. Turn right. Always turn right. And you really want to go around. You don't want to make a left turn, you always want to go around. Dispatch will actually come out and he would check. He'll do a vehicle inspection.
Alright, it's Fausto. I'm the dispatcher. I'm gonna be checking the vans for you. Phone's ringing. Hello? Ya terminaste, no returns? Okay, dale para atrás.
Alrighty. Yeah, we in boot. Hell yeah. Oh, yep. So once everything all set, he said we could once you do a vehicle inspection, you can check. You can actually go right there to the brooms, and if the van need to be swept, you can sweep it out. And that's about the end of the night. Now all we do is just park it. Once you finish park the vehicle, make sure you clean up after all your trash. Get all your trash, all your belongings and stuff. And that's about the end of the night. Welcome to Blue Mile. At the very end of the night, you go inside the hut. Make sure you have your phones, your keys, your gas card, your charger. Make sure everything's back in the bag. Always put the phones.
What's up, bro?
Always put the phones right here. Put your bags right here. Bags, keys, and then for the gas card, for the gas receipt. Always want the gas receipt. So once you do the gas receipt, you put the truck number, your name, and the time you clocked out. That's it.
What is this? Oh, you dropped it off?
Put your name, Quincy.
You are all set to head back.
And then put the time you clock out, 7:56. Put the time right back. Put it in. Last four of your social. Always say out day. And log out top right. That's it.
All right, welcome to Blue Mile.
Welcome to Blue Mile.